Good evening, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Apparently summer is over. Let's get in the garage. So, as summer is over, it does not stop me training. Gotta keep grinding, so that means I'm back on the watt bike indoors. Just got a relatively easy session to do, and I'm going to talk about a session in a minute. Before I talk about a session, I'm just going to talk about my feelings. No, don't worry, I'm not going to get all deep on you. What I'm going to start doing is every day just talking a little bit about how I feel in general, sleep, diet, etc. I'm kicking off today with, today is day one of, I'm not going to call it a diet, I'm just going to call it, I'm not eating loads of rubbish. During the lockdown the last few weeks and months, my diet has been pretty terrible. I'll have like toast mid-afternoon for no apparent reason. I'll just eat loads of biscuits and snacks and all the things because I've been working from home full time, so I feel like I'm also not exercising as much. Even though I'm doing as much training, I'm not up and about and as active as much, and that's meant I've put on between 3 and 4 kilos. And now it's looking like racing might return. I might need to get rid of that, so I'm going to start putting on my weight every day on screen, which should be on screen now. I do have some Garmin Index scales. I've had them a couple of years, and basically when I stand on them, it syncs to my Garmin Connect and syncs to Training Peaks, so there's no hiding from it. Coach sees it, I see it. Yeah, weight isn't everything, but it is a little bit when you're trying to ride up hills and stuff, so I'm going to start doing that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just nip back in the house for a wee, because absolutely classically every time I come out to do a training session, I'll faff around, then before I start I think, oh, I just need one more wee, maybe I'm getting old. And while I'm talking about this, I've got some new chamois cream. Not new because anything was wrong with my old one. I was running out and I bought some new chamois cream, and because of lockdown and people taking up exercise, Wiggle had virtually no chamois cream left. So I bought some that's called Elite something because it was the cheapest for, you know, for what it is. It's actually tingling now as I'm stood here. I think it's got like eucalyptus or mint in it or something. It's a bit of a strange sensation. Anyway, going to go for a nervous wee, come back, talk to you about the session. So I realised I've just said that I was going to talk about how I feel, and I haven't actually talked about how I feel. Good night's sleep last night. Been mega busy all day today though, I haven't really stopped, and for that reason I was supposed to run at lunchtime, but it just didn't happen, didn't have time. I'm going to try and run off the bike tonight because it is only an easy bike session. I'm going to try and do half an hour steady. It is minging outside, so I'm probably going to go on the treadmill, but it's currently got bike parts all over it. Hopefully that's not a barrier to me training, so that's a plan at the minute. So then, tonight's training session. Sometimes people ask me, how do I plan my training? If I'm being honest, I don't. James at Rideharder does. All his details are down below. He is my cycling coach. I plan my running and swimming around it, but yeah, mainly cycling. So tonight's session, he puts a little bit of a blurb next to the session. I'm unsure if it's just for me because I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, and he knows that I do his videos. He probably puts it on there for all his athletes though, so it just gives you a bit of a description about the session so you can understand it. When you understand it better, I find it really helps you like focus on the bits that he wants you to focus on. So for example, this session tonight is an hour in total. The primary objective is just active recovery. The secondary objective is muscular endurance. So the goal of it is that it's mainly active recovery with some short muscular endurance work, working on TT position. So it's not supposed to be a tough session. The majority of the session is active recovery, so it'll be very easy, and it can be done on the hoods or in position. And James put me a little separate note on there saying do in position, thanks for that. The work intervals are still only at zone 2/low zone 3 at the most, and that's to be done at a low cadence in TT position. Shouldn't come out of the session feeling that I have any fatigue, but I've gained a little bit of muscular endurance along the way. And even though the cadence is low, trying to maintain a smooth, consistent pedal stroke and do not have a temptation to mash the pedals. So I put the picture on screen now. It sounds quite complicated. It's actually quite a simple session. A warm up, 7 minutes sort of mid zone 2, and then it's basically 3 blocks of 8 minutes at low tempo, top end zone 2 low tempo at low cadence, off of 8 minutes easy recovery in the TT position. So it's not really anything too hard, not too long. It's just giggity. It's just an easy recovery session mostly, but I'm still getting a little bit of training. This is probably where I would have just done an hour in zone 2, so maybe this is getting me a little bit more fitness without any more fatigue, and that's what the advantage of having a coach maybe. So yeah. Anyway, let's chat. Let's get on with it. Session done and dusted. As per normal, coach was exactly right, did what it said on the tin. Felt good. I was in a TT position throughout, apart from the warm up and warm down. What we're doing now, I am going to do a run. I'll see if it's drizzling outside. If it is, then I'm going to go on the treadmill. Liz, I noticed that you're wearing my dressing gown. What's your plan for training tonight? You're not? Goodness sake. Are you really? Oh, yes. You little toe rag. Anyway, so you go on the what bike?
Yeah.
Mine, you're borrowing it, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, you can have it permanently. You'll hear the noise in the background. That's the Harry Palmer and Scott Sharp podcast. Very good to pass the time during the training session. I was really enjoying it up until the point when Harry said, you can't train hard all the time. Negative. Anyway, time to get his run done. And I can't remember if I mentioned this already or not, but I've got some new chamois cream. And it's tingling. I think it's just how it's supposed to be, but Liz reckons that I'm having an allergic reaction. What do you reckon, Liz?
What? Sorry, what this is?
Oh, it doesn't matter. That's why it's my channel, not yours. Oh, run done, 30 minutes, 3.57 miles. I'm absolutely dripping because with buying Liz a watt bike, we've run out of money, can't afford 2 fans, can we? Liz, do you want to do the outro for today's training?
No.
No, good, 'cause it's my channel. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button down below. Yes, Liz has got a new crop top, thanks for noticing. See you later. See you tomorrow, in fact.